what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the film Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Now this is the fifth and supposedly final installment in the Indiana Jones franchise, because we all know that Harrison Ford is also retiring from the role of Indiana Jones. He also himself has said that this will be his final film. Now, what final portrayal as Indiana Jones. Now, this is also directed by James Mangold, and of course, we know we don't have Steven Spielberg, who's not directing an Indiana Jones film 2 for the first time, because you know he directed like the previous 4 films. So that's another reason why this one is kind of like interesting too as well. Now, this film has been getting like divisive like reviews. Some people like it and some people don't. But I must admit, I had a good time and I really did enjoy it. If anything, it does seem like it was like too long. But I must admit, I still really had a good time with this particular film. Now the cast has, like I mentioned before, you have Harrison Ford like in the role of like Indiana Jones. Then you also have like this new character known as Helena Shaw, and she's played by Full Water-Bridge. So she's actually like the second main character besides like Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, because both of them are on this venture to find like this device. It has like a particular name to it. It has like 2 different names. It has like a main name, and they call it other things, you know. This it can change like the course of like history. And at the same time, you have Mads Mikkelsen, who plays Jurgen Voller. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And he's like this Nazi from World War II, who's definitely trying to pursue the device. And he actually had the device himself in the beginning, you know, but it was eventually like stolen from him. And that happened kind of at the beginning of the film, but I don't want to spoil the film. Now the film, one of the things that's very, very cool about this particular movie is like the de-aging of Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. I must admit, the way they did that, the technology behind that is just awesome. Now at times you can kind of see it, you can tell there's like CGI stuff and whatever, but it does look very good. Like seeing like a de-aged Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, I think they did a very good job on that. Just imagine the stuff they can use like with technology, like the moves that we can get one day with them using like de-age and technology. I think that's so awesome that they did that, because the film does open like in the 1940s, and you can see like Indiana Jones. He's actually like pursuing like this particular I forget what the item, the Lance of Longinus, I think that's what it's called, like this like dagger type thing. He's trying to pursue that with his friend, you know. They're trying to pursue like this dagger or whatever, and that's when they come across like the character of Mads Mikkelsen and all that, and that's when you see like where their history kind of begins. I don't want to spoil it, but that's when you see that the Dial of Destiny, with that particular device, you know, it gets like taken from Mads Mikkelsen character from like by Indiana Jones, and that happens like in the 40s. And then eventually it jumps to like what is known as like modern day in the film, but that's like in 1969 in New York City. And you can see Harrison Ford is like teaching classes and so on, like teaching like the students and so on, like in his course, you know, in I think it's a university, if I'm not mistaken. The college, Hunter College is what it's called. Because during that particular sequence, like back in 1944, you get to see like this friend that Indiana Jones has, known as I think Basil Shaw. And he's the one who is actually like the father of Helena Shaw. And Helena Shaw is the one who eventually joins up with, you know, Indiana Jones to pursue like that particular device. Where they actually have the device, but they try to pursue like the other half of it to put it together. And at the same time, Varda, who's played by Mads Mikkelsen, he's trying to pursue them and actually get the device back from him, because it was originally his, you know. But the film itself, it is very entertaining. Like some of the action scenes they have in the film, especially like this car sequence that they have where they're like in I forget what the area was where they were at. They're like in these like cars and so on. It was very awesome, I must admit. Like, and it's like very long too. Even the opening sequence where they're like on the train and so on like that, and you can see like the DH like Indiana Jones. I thought that was done very well. And even that particular scene was like very lengthy and long too as well. Now there's like other characters in the film too. Like you have Antonio Banderas is like Ronaldo, and apparently he's like an old friend of Indiana Jones from like his past. And he's like he drives like a boat or something like that. So I'm not going to get into all that, what he did or whatever, because it kind of spoils the film. You also have John Rhys Davis, who plays Sala too as well. He's back in the film. You also have other characters like Ethan Isidore, I think that's how you pronounce it. He plays Teddy, and he's actually Helena's like young psyche, like this boy that she met like in the past. I think when she describes him, apparently he tried to like to steal her car or something like that. I know he tried to steal something from her, but eventually they ended up becoming like partners or whatever. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's also like some surprises like in the film too, like surprise characters that we kind of knew were going to show up, you know, as well. But other than that, the film it's done very well, and I think that like kind of towards the end, I think it got kind of too like far fetched in my opinion, and it's just something to do with the actual dial. It has a name, I forget what it's called, but the actual like thing, you know, it gets like something around what they did with it, you know. Kind of I don't want to get into it, but I think a lot of people probably know about what was going to happen with it anyway, you know, if you've really been following and keeping up with like the plot of the film, you know. But overall, I thought the like I said, the action scenes, the performances were pretty cool. I thought the chemistry between like Foes Waller-Bridge, I think that's how I pronounce his name, Harrison Ford. I thought their chemistry was pretty cool. Also like Teddy too, as well, like the boy they have him on the adventure and so on. And like all that, the Globetrotter and all that, it does feel like an Indiana Jones film, even though it's Steven Spielberg didn't direct this particular film. It does still feel like an Indiana Jones film. But I think, like I mentioned before, I think it's still a pretty solid and entertaining film. And I know it's like kind of divisive or divisive from like a lot of people. Some people like it and some people don't. But I do feel like at times like it feels like very long. And I think this is like the longest one, right? If I'm not mistaken, it does feel like this is like a very long film too as well. But it doesn't really have any pacing issues. I think the pace is on point. There's like a lot of like I said, the action scenes, underwater like scenes and so on. I thought were like fun and done very well. And again, I think like the de-aging technology of Harrison Ford in this film was done very well. And this is supposed like his final performance as Indiana Jones too as well. So I think that's, you know, one of the reasons why we need to check this out. But in the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, I'm gonna get this. I kind of want to give it a B minus, but I gotta admit, I think I really did enjoy it a lot. So I'm gonna give it like a solid B. And like I said, I would definitely recommend for like fans of like Indiana Jones. It does feel like an Indiana Jones film. It does look like an Indiana Jones film too as well. So I'm giving this a solid B. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.